From Neural Newscast, this is Deep Dive, exploring the moments that shape today.
I am Vanessa Calderon, and you are listening to Deep Dive. It is May 18th, 2026, a date that proves history is just as much about high-speed jets and comedy writers as it is about emperors and popes. And I'm Evelyn Hartwell. Today, we are looking at how power is seized, how logic is applied, and how glass ceilings, or in one case, the sound barrier itself, are completely shattered. We have quite a lot to cover, but we have to start with the man who decided a standard title simply wasn't enough. We are talking about Napoleon Bonaparte. On this day in 1804, the French Senate officially proclaimed Napoleon as Emperor of the French. It was a massive turning point, effectively ending the French First Republic. It is a staggering move when you look at the timeline. France had just gone through a bloody revolution to escape a monarchy, and yet they essentially invited a new leader to wear the crown. The transition was driven by a desire for stability, and, of course, Napoleon's own ambition. Senate records indicate this vote was a way to cement his power and ensure his lineage would lead. It transformed France from a revolutionary state into an expansionist empire that would dominate Europe for a decade. That is a major shift for an entire continent. But while Napoleon was restructuring the map, 3 other people born on this day were destined to change the world through intellect, faith, and humor. Let's start with Bertrand Russell, born in 1872. He was a polymath in the truest sense, an English philosopher, mathematician, and a Nobel Prize winner in literature. Russell was the ultimate logician. He spent his life questioning the foundations of mathematics and social norms alike, leaving a massive influence on modern philosophy. He was also a passionate advocate for peace. Moving into the 20th century, we find Karol Joseph Wojtyła, better known to the world as Pope John Paul II, born in 1920. His election was historic, as he was the first non-Italian pope in 455 years. Born in Poland, he became one of the most well-traveled leaders the Catholic Church has ever seen. His impact was truly global, Vanessa. He visited 129 countries and played a significant role in the political shifts across Eastern Europe. He was a leader who engaged with the modern world entirely on his own terms. From spiritual leadership to the comedy stage, we also celebrate Tina Fey, born in 1970. She broke ground as the first female head writer for Saturday Night Live. Vanessa, her influence on the industry is hard to overstate. Between 30 Rock, Mean Girls, and her time on Weekend Update, she essentially wrote the blueprint for the smart, sharp, self-deprecating humor that defines today's comedy. It is fascinating that Russell, the Pope, and Tina Fey all share this birthday. It is as if May 18th was reserved for people who aren't afraid to use their voices to challenge the status quo. It certainly seems that way. And speaking of voices, specifically the roar of an engine, our fact of the day takes us to the skies above California in 1953.
This is a favorite of mine. Jacqueline Cochran was a pioneer who proved that the sound barrier was just another obstacle waiting to be cleared. On May 18th, 1953, at 47 years old, Cochran became the first woman to break the sound barrier. She was piloting a Canadair F-86 Sabre-jet over Rogers Dry Lake. Evelyn, she wasn't just passing through. She averaged a speed of over 652 miles per hour. That is a powerhouse move, especially in an era when many didn't believe a woman could handle that level of physiological stress. She met that stress with absolute precision. Cochran was already a decorated record setter, but this was the pinnacle. Her flight paved the way for women in supersonic aviation, and eventually, space exploration. Looking at the day as a whole, from Napoleon's Imperial Declaration to Jacqueline Cochran flying faster than sound, it's all about people pushing past limits, whether they are political, intellectual, or physical. It highlights the sheer range of human ambition.
Whether you are restructuring a nation or redefining what is possible in a cockpit, May 18th is a day where the status quo gets left in the dust. That is a perfect summary for today. This has been a fascinating journey through the timeline. I'm Vanessa Calderon. And I'm Evelyn Hartwell. Thank you for joining us to explore these moments in history. Deep Dive is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. Explore history every day on Neural Newscast. Learn more at deepdive.neuralnewscast.com. We will see you tomorrow.
This has been Deep Dive on Neural Newscast, exploring the moments that shape today.